At 79, the tragedy of Tommy Lee Jones is not found in some sudden catastrophe, but in the quiet, often overlooked hardships that shaped the life of one of Hollywood's most enigmatic legends. Known for his stern, commanding presence and unforgettable roles in films like The Fugitive, No Country for Old Men, and Men in Black, Jones has always carried an air of mystery, yet behind that intensity lies a lifetime marked by emotional distance, personal struggles, and the weight of a career that demanded more from him than many ever realized. Born in rural Texas to a turbulent household, Jones grew up surrounded by instability, witnessing his parents' rocky relationship and enduring long stretches of loneliness that carved the stoic exterior audiences would later come to know. Even as he achieved academic success, attending an elite prep school and later Harvard, he often spoke about feeling out of place, battling the disconnect between his rugged upbringing and the polished world around him. His rise in Hollywood was slow and unforgiving, filled with years of minor roles, financial pressure, and the emotional strain of trying to break into an industry that rarely embraced actors who didn't fit its clean, charismatic mold. Jones carried these burdens privately, much like he carried the collapses of two marriages, each strained by the demands of fame, long filming schedules, and his own admitted difficulty in expressing warmth. Though he ultimately found stability in his third marriage, the echoes of earlier heartbreak followed him into later life. Physically, the years have taken a toll as well. Decades of performing intense, often physically demanding roles have left him battling the natural decline that accompanies age, something he has rarely spoken about publicly, but that is evident in his increasingly sparse public appearances. Despite his awards, successes, and legendary status, Jones has lived much of his life with a kind of solitary stillness, preferring the quiet of his Texas ranch over Hollywood spotlights, yet that isolation reflects the deeper emotional distance that has colored many of his relationships and personal choices. At 79, the tragedy of Tommy Lee Jones is not a dramatic downfall or sensational headline, but the gradual fading of a man who spent his entire life wrestling with the contrast between his immense talent and his deep longing for privacy, peace, and simplicity. His story resonates because it reminds us that even the strongest, toughest, most disciplined figures carry invisible burdens, and that behind the iconic scowl is a man shaped by hardship, regret, and the quiet ache of a life lived largely in the shadow of his own legend.